Archangel Michael says, there is someone who still cries over what they did to you. You've moved forward with strength, but the person who once caused your pain is now drowning in the memory of it. The guilt they carry has become heavier than the silence they once left you with. Even when you let go, their spirit remained tied to the moment it all broke. You healed, but they are trapped in a room filled with echoes of your kindness. This message has reached you because their soul has whispered your name in regret once again. They thought time would erase the weight of what they did, but time only carved it deeper. In your forgiveness, you set them free, but they never learned how to forgive themselves. Every step they take is haunted by the step they refuse to take toward you. Now, a powerful energy has awakened because heaven has seen their suffering. The angels have stirred because your name has been carried in their nightly prayers. They have reached the edge of breaking, and they are ready to confess. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They replay your last words in their mind like a broken melody. They remember the tone of your voice when you spoke grace into their wounds. But the problem is, they never felt worthy of your mercy. You never demanded repayment, but their spirit is still trying to pay a debt you already erased. They believed that disappearing would protect you, but all it did was punish them. Their silence turned into torment, and their pride has now shattered. Archangel Michael says, you didn't lose anything, they did. And they know it. They now see the full cost of their actions, not just the moments they broke, but the future they abandoned. Type Amen to get blessing 921. There's a letter that was written but never sent. It holds their truth, but fear stopped their hands. They wanted to say everything, yet they couldn't find the strength to face the love they rejected. This person thought that letting go was bravery, but now they know, it was cowardice in disguise. Your memory burns in them not as punishment, but as revelation. They are now trying to find the right way to fix what they left broken. At night, they reach for their phone only to talk themselves out of it. Their heart races, but their shame overpowers it. They see your name and hesitate, because they feel they no longer deserve your peace. Type Amen to get blessing 554. Your forgiveness changed everything in the spiritual realm. It tore open a gate that had been sealed with pride and pain. But even forgiveness can't erase someone else's self-inflicted punishment. They're caught between the past and the apology. They thought you'd forget, but now they fear you already have. Because they know deep down, you had every right to stay angry, and yet you didn't. Your mercy was a mirror, and in that mirror, they saw their own failure. They saw how you rose while they crumbled. And that contrast has become their teacher, their torment, and their turning point. Type Amen to get blessing 778. They can't hide anymore, not from the angels, and not from their own reflection. Every small win they try to celebrate feels empty because your absence screams louder than their victories. Your silence has been louder than thunder in their soul. Archangel Michael says, the person you forgave will soon return with their heart in their hands. Not to ask for your love, but to kneel before the love you already gave. The love they didn't know how to handle when it was pure and near. You were the light in their darkness, and now they know what true loss feels like. They buried your love thinking it would die, but instead it bloomed in your absence. And now, they're standing in a garden of regret, unable to harvest peace. Type Amen to get blessing 414. This message reaches you because the angels are guiding this person to you in spirit. There is no guarantee of reunion, but there is a certainty of release. Because this cycle cannot end until they forgive themselves. They see your growth. They see the life you built beyond their pain. And they are torn between celebration and self-condemnation. They once thought you'd be the one to crumble. Now, they see you as the one they can't reach. And that distance has become a lesson they never asked for but desperately needed. Type Amen to get blessing 217. They walk through places hoping to see a glimpse of you. But even if they did, they wouldn't know what to say. The script they rehearsed in their mind is soaked in tears and scattered in pieces. You are no longer the version of yourself they once hurt. You've evolved. You've bloomed through every tear, and now your glow is untouchable. Still, the guilt lingers for them. It whispers during calm. It roars during silence. And it never sleeps. Type Amen to get blessing 646. They might have smiled for the world, but the mirror knows better. They might have laughed with others, but their chest still tightens when your name is mentioned. You are no longer just a memory, you've become their greatest lesson. This is not about punishment. It's about spiritual justice. What they refused to carry then has returned to be carried now. Your forgiveness planted a seed. And that seed has grown into accountability they can no longer avoid. They now understand the value of what they once walked away from. Type Amen to get blessing 900. There is divine energy circling around your name. Not because you're waiting for an apology, but because a confession is being born in the spirit realm. Their soul is crying out to correct what their flesh once destroyed. Archangel Michael says, "You have released them." Now the angels are guiding them to release themselves. This is not your burden anymore. But it's your divine right to witness their transformation. They want to speak to you, not for closure, but for healing. Because the wound wasn't just in you, it stayed in them too. And now, it's demanding to be closed. Type Amen to get blessing 355. If you feel a pull in your heart today, it's because they're thinking of you right now. Their energy is reaching across time and pain. It's finding you because it never truly left you. You were the calm they didn't appreciate. The clarity they confused. And the kindness they called weakness. Now, they pray to be seen the way you once saw them. But you've changed. Your sight is clearer, and your spirit is sharper. Type Amen to get blessing 888. They are preparing to say the words they feared most, "I was wrong." Those 3 words are heavier than the silence that held them captive. And now, that silence is breaking. Your story didn't end in their absence, it began. And that's what shakes them the most. They left, and your life glowed brighter without them. The angels are holding them now, whispering the truth. The truth that your forgiveness was not weakness, it was power. A power they didn't understand until it shattered their chains. Type Amen to get blessing 473. They are learning what real love feels like, too late. But even in delay, the divine still works. And the grace that touched you is now touching them. Their lesson has arrived. Not through punishment, but through reflection. Not through loss, but through revelation. Your name has not left their lips. Your energy has not left their spirit. And their soul is crying out for peace that only their own forgiveness can offer. Type Amen to get blessing 699. They are being watched by the heavens. Every thought, every tear, every regret is known. The realm of spirit is wrapping around their pain with intention. Archangel Michael says, their next step may not be toward you, but it will be toward the light you carried. Whether they ever speak or not, you will feel their healing. You will feel the chain breaking. Let it be known, your kindness was not in vain. Your love was not wasted. And your forgiveness was not unnoticed by the divine. Type Amen to get blessing 221. You will feel a strange calm soon. A calm that comes when something heavy lifts in the spirit realm. It will be the moment their guilt finally bows before grace. The same way you walked away with peace, they will walk toward truth. Even if you never meet again, the cycle has closed. The wound is sealed. And as they begin to forgive themselves, your story becomes whole. You were the beginning. And they are now searching for their own redemption. Type Amen to get blessing 144. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. They are waking up to the echoes of what they once ignored. The smile you gave them when they were breaking you apart now visits them in dreams. That same gentle look they brushed off has become their reminder of what true love felt like. They tried to distract themselves with noise, but nothing silenced the memory of you. They filled their days with people, but your energy lingered in every empty corner. Even laughter could not hide the ache of your absence. This pain they feel now is not your revenge, it is their awakening. You didn't need to raise your voice or seek justice in chaos. Your peace alone became their mirror, and in that mirror, they saw their truth. Type Amen to get blessing 603. The very room they once stood in with confidence now feels smaller. The air they breathe tightens when they remember how they handled you. They thought you would chase them, beg them, or break without them, but you rose like a flame untouched by wind. They are whispering apologies into the air now, hoping somehow the wind will carry them to you. But your ears don't need words anymore, your soul already understood. You've grown beyond needing closure from their lips because heaven already sealed your heart. Archangel Michael says, even your silence speaks louder now than their noise ever did. That silence has shaken their foundation. Their world has tilted and nothing feels stable until they speak the truth. Type Amen to get blessing 112. The spiritual world has been watching them. Every denial, every moment of self-deception, every attempt to numb their regret, recorded. Their spirit guide has sat with them in their lowest moments, reminding them of the love they left behind. Your forgiveness was a divine act. It was not for them, it was for your release. But in that release, a seed was planted in their soul, and it is growing even through the concrete of their resistance. You are not who you once were. They can no longer find you where they left you. That's why their heart aches even more, because they missed their chance to grow with you. Type Amen to get blessing 737. Now they wish they had stayed. Not just in body, but in truth. They wish they had faced their fears, their flaws, and their patterns before you walked away with grace. There is a deep spiritual remorse that has gripped them. Not guilt that begs for attention, but remorse that teaches. They are not seeking your approval. They are seeking their redemption. Your journey forward lit a fire in them that they can't extinguish. The same way you chose peace, they are now learning how to find it. And that journey is far harder than they imagined. Type Amen to get blessing 366. They sit at the edge of healing now, afraid to take the first step. The voice of fear says, "You don't deserve to heal." But the voice of grace is getting louder. And that voice came from your memory. From the way you handled them with care even when they didn't deserve it. That memory is now guiding them back to themselves. They want to reach out, not to return, but to release. To say what was left unsaid. To bring light to the darkness they once allowed to grow between you. Type Amen to get blessing 581. Every time you crossed their mind lately, their heart broke a little more. But this time, it broke open. And when a heart breaks open, healing can begin. Their pain is not your burden anymore. But your spirit still holds the key to their growth. Because without your example, they would have never known what divine mercy looks like. Archangel Michael says, your forgiveness was the door. Their self-forgiveness will be the key. And they are now fumbling to find that key, trembling with truth they can no longer hide. Type Amen to get blessing 880. They've asked the universe for a sign, and this message is that sign. They may not be able to say it out loud, but their soul is screaming, "I was blind, and now I see." They see how they mistook your softness for weakness. How they ran from the only real light they had ever been offered. And that truth is breaking their chains from the inside out. They once thought the world would offer them something better, but all it did was echo the loss of you. Every face reminded them of your absence. Every hand felt colder than your last touch. Type Amen to get blessing 134. They thought they would forget you. But your presence wasn't just in their heart, it became part of their evolution. Now, they look for healing, not from others, but from the wounds they inflicted on themselves. There's a place in their chest that aches when they remember your silence. Not because it was cruel, but because it was kind. The kind of silence that spoke, "I forgive you, but I'm done." You didn't curse them. You blessed them. And that blessing is what now haunts them. Type Amen to get blessing 622. They now stand at a spiritual crossroad. One path leads to bitterness and denial. The other leads to freedom through truth. The choice is theirs. But the influence came from you. Because you showed them love doesn't have to stay to remain powerful. They used to think the strongest people yell. But now they know, the strongest people walk away with peace. And you did. Type Amen to get blessing 799. They are facing what they avoided for so long. Their own mirror. Their own heart. Their own divine reckoning. And even though they may never tell you everything, they feel it now. They know your forgiveness was the highest love they've ever been given. They know they never said, "Thank you." And now, even if they scream it from the mountain, it won't measure up to the mercy you already gave. Type Amen to get blessing 445. Let their soul remember you not as someone who begged for closure, but as someone who walked away whole. Let them see you in dreams, not as a ghost, but as a guide who taught them the language of release. Your chapter with them may be over, but their chapter with themselves is just beginning. You lit the flame. Let them carry it now. This is your confirmation. You did the right thing. And your peace is protected. Type Amen to get blessing 170. If you feel an unexpected calm after reading this, it's not by chance. It's the shift of spiritual release. The moment the Spirit finally stopped resisting the lesson. Archangel Michael says, you don't have to carry what they now carry. You've done your part. And the heavens are proud of your path. Let them walk their healing. Let them kneel in their truth. And may their tears water the seed of self-forgiveness. Type Amen to get blessing 511. They are now learning what it truly means to be alone, not without people, but without peace. Every time they try to smile, the memory of your kindness softens their face. They thought they could replace what they had with you, but no love has matched the purity you carried in your heart. They thought time would heal the space between you. But time without truth only deepens the wound. And now, they walk through life carrying a weight that gets heavier each time your name is remembered. Their soul has started to stir. Even their dreams have shifted. What was once buried under denial is now bursting through their spirit. Type Amen to get blessing 932. They're seeing signs, your name, your song, your favorite color, appearing when they least expect it. The universe is reminding them that your spirit never left their lessons. Your presence became their unseen guide in a world they tried to conquer without you. You were not just someone they dated or loved. You were the mirror that reflected their best and worst selves. And now that the mirror is gone, they miss the reflection that helped them grow. They try to forget, but they can't forget a soul who forgave them. Forgiveness lingers louder than bitterness. Your forgiveness has become a voice they can't silence. Type Amen to get blessing 266. You have been elevated by heaven. And while they spiral in their own silence, you've walked into peace. But even in peace, the energy of their return is being felt. They want to say, I'm sorry, but those words feel too small now. They want to say, thank you, but it feels too late. What they truly want is your understanding, but they already had it, and lost it. Now, the angels are surrounding them. Their tears are seen, their remorse is heard. The divine is giving them space to face the truth. Type Amen to get blessing 504. Archangel Michael says, their healing must come through acknowledgement, not your response. That means you don't owe them anything, not even a reply. What you gave was already more than enough. They may message you. They may even appear in your dreams before they gather the strength to speak. Don't be surprised if you feel a wave of emotion that isn't yours, it's theirs reaching toward you. They are trying to rewrite the past in their mind. But even the most beautiful edit can't erase what's been done. All that's left is truth, and truth is knocking hard. Type Amen to get blessing 700. This moment right now is sacred. Your soul reading this is aligning with theirs. They may never know the depth of your healing, but they're finally understanding their own brokenness. Your strength humbles them. Your silence stings them. Your peace teaches them. And for the first time in a long time, they are listening. They are ready to receive what they once rejected: responsibility. Not to win you back, but to set their own soul free. Type Amen to get blessing 347. They've seen people come and go since you, but none of them carried your light. None of them forgave without agenda. None of them looked at them with such softness after betrayal. That's what makes you unforgettable. Not your looks, not your words, but your heart, the kind they didn't believe could exist. Now, they sit with their memories. Not to smile, but to understand. Not to relive, but to finally learn. Type Amen to get blessing 826. Their spirit is being torn open by the very love they tried to ignore. That love is now the voice in their quiet, the warmth in their cold, the truth in their shadow. They thought letting you go would free them, but all it did was imprison them in guilt. That prison has no bars, only mirrors. And each mirror reflects your strength, your evolution, and your unshakable grace. Type Amen to get blessing 633. You're not just a memory, they now realize you were a miracle. A rare kind of person that destiny sent them to protect, but they weren't ready. Now they live with the ache of that missed blessing. Archangel Michael says, the love you gave didn't die, it transformed. It became the path for their awakening. And now, the heavens are preparing them for healing. You don't need to do anything else. Your work is complete. Your peace is deserved. Their soul must now do what yours already did: surrender. Type Amen to get blessing 411. Even if they never speak to you again, your spirit has branded theirs with light. The kind of light that teaches. The kind of light that lingers. They may walk in different cities, live among different people, but their soul still returns to the place it lost its first real lesson: you. You didn't just teach them about love. You taught them about grace. About accountability. About how strong it is to walk away when you're still full of love. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Let this message be your confirmation that the pain had purpose. That the tears were counted. That your strength is not invisible to the divine. You didn't need revenge. You became the example. And that's what makes you powerful. Now, as they kneel before their truth, know this: the angels are walking them through it. Not to bring them back to you, but to bring them back to themselves. Type Amen to get blessing 222. They will heal. But only once they stop pretending they were the victim. They must admit they were the reason your light dimmed for a moment. And they will. Because your energy is still wrapped around them, not to hold them, but to remind them of what they once touched and let go. Let them cry. Let them break. Let them learn. Your job is done. Type Amen to get blessing 940. They are whispering your name into the universe now. Not to summon you back.